Hi, everyone. My name is Abiola Jimon. All right. Hi, everyone. My name is Abiola Jimon, and I'm here to tell you about what we do in Xchange Box. Xchange Box is a startup social enterprise that is focused on super agent management and also focuses on enabling rural farmers, local MSMEs to have access to essential services through reliable digital platform to improve their sustainable income and quality of living. So we say thrive with ease. And how are we doing this? We're doing this through the instrumentality of technology, through our mobile POS and our agency network. Now, I'm going to tell you a very short story. So this is Anatu. Anatu is a local trader in Sebore Farms in Adamawa. Sebore Farms produces milk, is a dairy milk farm in Adamawa. What we do through our platform for Anatu is that she is able to access microcredit to between $100 to $200 to buy our supplies every week and resell, and then pay us a little daily out of whatever we give her. She repays daily. Aside that, she's able to collect payment. But another fantastic thing we'll be able to do for Anatu and other people similar on our system, including farmers and local traders, is that we use their phone number. As you can see, she's checking her phone. We use their phone number to be able to give her access to health insurance subscription and pension remittances by saving small out of what she makes daily to have a life insurance, to have a health insurance at the end of a work time. We're doing this through partnership. So we've been able to enable access through phone number access for Anatu and the likes on our system. So according to the research that we have here, it says 38.9 million MSMEs in Nigeria exist, and 70% of them lack access to finance and financial services, according to the Smedan report. Now, we also noted that the GeoFi report of 2022 says that MSMEs are privileged across West Africa, serving an estimated population of 552 million people. And this is the area of our concern, that a lot of solutions that exist today only give access to payments, just pay and go. But what if we can deepen the access to include other things like health insurance, pension remittance, and other services that can be networked through agency banking? Because agency banking is actually an innovation through technology and people, which are one of the four pillars of innovation. What are we doing? We have been able to provide, through our super agent license from the Central Bank of Nigeria and the microfinance bank license, we're able to provide our agency banking channel as a service to banks, to insurance companies, to provide access to MSMEs, and we're majorly in northern Nigeria for our startup now. For our startup now, we also enable bills payments. One of the interesting bills payments to enable through our agency network is Remitter. There's a platform called Remitter, which collects 22 state government and federal government bills. We brought them on the POS, which is accessible in all the rural communities now. But not to take you away from it, our major focus is that currently health insurance in Nigeria is assessed by just 6%, and majority of people who are unable to access are in these rural communities, and we're leveraging our networks to provide these services to them. We are beyond just payments. We are in over 300 local governments. We have over 8,000 plus merchants and agents, and we process 600,000 cards monthly. What we're doing, like I said, is providing micro loans, micro pension, health insurance to expand the users beyond 6% rural penetration, government-based payment through Remitter, and using phone number, which we found has enabled a lot of access. Your phone number is underlaid with your pension number, with your health insurance, and our agents are able to speak local languages to you. You just go to the nearest hospital, and then you can have the service. We're doing this through NEM insurance. We're doing it with our bar to enable all these hospitals, because they already have license to do all this. So we're just extending it through our network. Our impact so far is that we have over 8,000, like I said. We have women agents and merchants of 3,094. We are in 300 local governments. We have disbursed credit of $325,000 on our system as of date, and we have empowered 6,425 SMEs, out of which 3,060 are women-led, as at our last annual report of 2023. Now, since we started, of course, we bootstrapped, and we've had the Central Bank of Nigeria license for super agents and the microfinance bank. We have been recognized by GIZ as one of the 20 enabling SME in Nigeria. We have our office operating in Abuja, Kano, and Zamfara. And we won the Ill Justice Accelerator. And thanks to AFI, we're part of the showcase with Amir now. But so far, since we started, we've done a GMV of over $20 billion, and we have a revenue of $191,000. Now, what's our vision board for 2023? We're building a micro loan. We're currently undergoing a due diligence with Bank of Industry to build our micro loan base to $2 million so that we can engage more people to have access in these rural communities where we operate, and we're able to expand across Nigeria and hopefully beyond very soon. We're also testing to have our POS on a soft POS application on a mobile phone. Based on the market reaction, be able to move forward with this. We're setting up contact points for rural traders aggregation in all regions so that these people that we engage, our rural traders and farmers can have a way to interface and solve a bit of technology problem. Oh, this is not working. How do I do this? They teach them in the local language. Of course, we make use of icons a lot on our POS, icons to represent access for them. We hope to increase our user base to 40,000 rural merchants by Q4 2024. And then we launch fully our microfinance bank to enable access for MSMEs across Nigeria by Q4 2024. We're made up of a team of 33 people, but this is our management team. Myself, Salim Alassane, Mohammed Ismail, we worked in mobile money for years before we started this and got our license in 2023 when we started the operations fully. So we're coming from the industry before we started this. And prior to now, we've started a few ideas together. Of course, we failed at it. We learned from it before we now improve and made this one better. Our ask, first of all, is partnership. We want partnership with all partners that can provide their services through our agency network in rural communities and farmers. We want also an opportunity to be given access to credit financing of $500,000. We're already doing credit financing right now, which we're using to extend to these farmers and traders. We also want an investment of equity. We've never raised funding of $500,000. We've never raised funding since last year we started. And we want to use the funds as shared above, 40% for credit, personnel, banking application, and marketing. Thank you, and I'm here to take questions on how we can make this a dream come true for everyone, every rural traders and farmers across Africa. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Biola, for that interesting presentation and pitch. I would yield the floor now to the panel of judges. And if I may, I would like to start with Professor Yinka. Do you have any questions for Biola?
Yes, good afternoon, and thank you very much, Abiola, for the presentation. I think I have let me just narrow it to two. How do you do your collections right now? And again, how do we ascertain proper consumer protection practices are embedded within your collections? And then what's your experience of the repayment rates? Are there any things you've observed in terms of women versus men repayments, etc.? Thank you.
Okay, so how we do our collections right now is we use aggregator networks. We have aggregators in different communities who recruit these merchants and agents on our behalf, and then they take a little token from what we make. They are able to speak their local languages to integrate with them and give them the right information. All we do is to educate these people who educate them in return. We're majorly in northern Nigeria, so we have lots of local language. Our customer service are majorly Hausa people or people that are multilingual. So they speak, if you call the phone number on the internet now, you probably hear Inakwana first, which is the Hausa language, before you hear other languages, because currently we're majorly north. In terms of our credit is very simplified. We charge just 1% for whatever funds you take, because we usually take institutional funding to be able to provide this service. Right now, we are being tested with a GIZ funding for digital transformation, and that's one of the things that gave us leverage. We also got a grant last year from Ill Justice, which in the Netherlands, which enables us to give this a total of $325,000 now. We're going through a due diligence to take a 9% credit from Bank of Industry at the moment, to be able to now extend it to $2 million and be able to give more people on the system. In terms of consumer protection, like I said, our platform, our POS is icon-based. So when they explain to you once with icons that this is where you click and all that, you're able to solve it. Beyond that, regardless of the aggregator network, if you call us, we are able to attend to you. Myself, I speak about 3 languages to be able to also assist. Everybody is a customer service on our system. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Professor Yinka and Biola. I would like to call on you, Mushansi, for your questions for Biola.
Thank you, Abiola, for your presentation. My question was on cost. You've partly answered it with regard to credit, but can you explain a little bit more for your other services, how costs are charged, at what point, how are they disclosed to the end users? If at all they pay upfront or it's paid through the other service providers. Thank you.
Right. All right. Thank you. I'll be practical with this now. We do health insurance, which is we charge less than $5 every quarter. I'm not going to lie. The health insurance we do now is not surgery based. You can't do surgery with health insurance, but you can check for malaria tests. We're trying to just build a culture of going to hospitals instead of taking mixed drugs, which is damaging their liver. And they are even unable to go to any clinic and have basic access check. So we're just doing basic check, basic test. You pay less than $5 every quarter. And when you pay, you can pay daily. When you pay, you can pay as low as $1 per day till you meet up. Even sometimes when you don't meet up, we're able to prorate and give you some basic services. And when we now collect, don't forget their phone number then becomes their health insurance number. So when they go to the hospital, those hospitals recognize them with their phone number, check with us, and then they can give them the service. The health insurance provider and us then share, we do a split of whatever they pay. But like we register with the insurance provider now, we're building a culture. Once this culture is adopted and they understand the need to be going to hospitals and pay for basic health tech, then we can leverage on this to have more services rendered to them. In terms of if you take credit, our credit is as low as 1%. Now, if you take credit in the morning, because our credit is hourly based, so you can take our credit in the morning as a trader and repay before 12 noon. If you repay me before 12 noon, I'm using an OD line, I will not be charged for it once I return it. So I can give you at 0.5%. That's the model we currently operate. I hope this is very clear. For the remitter payment, which is government collection, remitter charges them about 150 naira in dollar. I'm trying to figure it out. Please permit me. It's very little in dollar, but whatever remitter charges them, remitter pays me just 40% of it. That one is fixed by government. I do not have any interference in that. So remitter is the platform where they pay for like government services, generally government services. That's what they pay via remitter. So right now it was never on POS before. We are the one we are testing with right now.
Hi, Biola. Just to cut in because you're right around 2 minutes more to go, and I'd like to give an opportunity to Anna to ask any questions she might have.
All right, thank you.
Anna, do you have any questions for Biola? You're muted. We can't hear you, Anna.
Can you hear me?
Yes, now we can.
Now can you hear me, right?
Yes, now we can hear you, Anna.
Okay, okay. Hello, well, greetings from El Salvador. First, I want to thank you, Abiola, for this very well-structured presentation and precise. I would like to know how does Xchange Box Solutions provide financial education so that clients or users that you provide your services? Thank you.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to tell you this, and you can actually, thank you for the question. So we are one of the few partners of SANEF that have done digital literacy education more than 7 times in the North. In fact, we are in one place that nobody wants to go in northern Nigeria at the moment, which is Zamfara State. When Zamfara State, because we did collections in Zamfara State for a World Bank project, and so we are there for that purpose. We established an office there, in fact. So what we do is that every quarter, we go and educate them on very peculiar issues. So in northern Nigeria, you cannot own money you cannot own money without the consent of your husband. In northern Nigeria, it's an issue. So we educate them on this, on how to manage that relationship. We also educate them on the need to get their husband involved in their profitability, because we find out that their husband wants them to be profitable, to ease things, but doesn't want them to feel like they're not telling him things. These are things we find out and we educate them upon. We also teach them about the need to use their POS for transactions, because we are able to provide them digitized records, which we can use to give them access to more financial aid or loan and give us stability that they will always repay us. I hope that helps. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Biola. And the time ends now. Again, all the best with your pitch. And thank you very much, judges, for those exciting questions.